So I wanted to take this video to explain something I mentioned a couple of videos ago in my Able for Sale video. I just made mention of the fact that I have what we call, where I live, attendants. And attendants, or personal attendants, or carers, or whatever you would want to call them. Basically, home care is another word that is used kind of interchangeably with attendants where I live. People who help you do things. They may be nurses, they may not be nurses. In my case, they are not. But they might do some things like help with transfers, or help you in the shower, or cooking, cleaning, daily household tasks like that. And I was basically sort of asked generally about my experience, which I can sort of go into almost. It's a very hard thing to just get right into, because there's so much to it, and especially with the kind of attendance I have, it's a different type of care model. But I guess I could give just a general overview. And then at the same time I got another comment of like, how do you deal with just general household, chores and things like that. And I guess everybody does it differently. For myself, though, I can do a lot of things myself. So like making my bed, or washing the dishes, although I have a dishwasher. So, that's easy enough to do. But it really depends on the person. In my experience, it also, as much as it depends on me, the person who needs the attendance, it depends on the attendant themselves and the kind of person they are, and sort of how you direct them. Because at least in my care model, it's not like they have like a list of things that they have to do that's like pre-written and they come in and do those things. No, for me, they'll come in and they'll be like, what do you need done? And I will direct them myself so that it's done the way I would like it done. But it depends on your care model. For the most part, though, for me, I will be asking them for help with cleaning things like the bathroom, or vacuuming, because with vacuuming I often get like caught up in the cord of the vacuum. So if I got something like a cordless vacuum, then I would be able to do that myself, which I will be getting in the future, hopefully. But we'll see. Stay tuned for that. And then things like, cleaning the tub or toilet. Well, I can't get down that far and get up like easily enough without like hurting myself. So they will do those types of things. As I mentioned in the other video, they will like cook for me if I need them to. Usually, as of right now, I do my own cooking on the weekends because I'm usually out, and then they just won't come to my apartment. But if I'm not out and I am just having like a bad weekend day, usually on at least one of my weekend days, or at least I try to make it this way, There is a day where I'm just not doing anything, and I kind of like lie in bed and make it like a kind of a recoup day, because the week can get busy and, you know, hard, and you don't really realize the toll it takes on your body until, you know, you wake up on Saturday morning and you can't move. So usually I take one of those days, Saturday, Sunday, possibly part of Friday night, depending on what I'm doing, to just kind of catch up on YouTube videos, watch Netflix, do things that I can do like from my bed, read on my Kindle, like that type of thing. I use my iPad a lot. So on those days, they might come in and cook for me, but depending on what I'm asking them to cook, if I also have to direct that, then I have to direct that. So I have to get out of bed and do that. So I mean, it can vary what I get them to do, when and how, just because, you know, life varies. So if you want me to sort of dive deeper into this, I can, but it is so varied person to person, and I'm sure province to province, state to state, and country to country, that I wouldn't want to lead anybody astray. So I would just be speaking from my experience very, very generally, because I don't want to get into trouble for doing any of these types of vlogs. But really, like, they could do more, they could do less. The one thing they don't do is deal with my cats, which is fine. You know, I have to deal with their litter and their needs in that way, which is completely fine with me. I don't usually like people helping with my cats anyway. But then if you are just hiring your own attendants, you can ask them to do that, and, you know, you would create your own contract. So I mean, it really depends on what you need them to do, and not even why, but what you need them to do, how you want them to do it, your level of injury or your comfort level of what you want people to do with you or for you, and what you don't. So that's like a general overview of what they will do for me, as well as, you know, some types of what you would call personal care, which is like stuff like cutting my nails, because I can't do, like, that's a very fine motor skill thing, so they will help me with that. And just random other things, I can't even think of it, all of them. But if you have, like, actual questions, like, that I can elaborate on, leave them down below, and I will definitely do videos on that. But I can't just talk about it in general terms, or I can, but it just wouldn't necessarily be as helpful to you as maybe having a topic to speak on. So I hope that kind of helped you. That sort of tells you what they do for me household wise. And yeah, so keep pushing, guys. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.